What is going on, crypto fam? Today is Tuesday, May 10th. You haven't heard from me in about 2 weeks, right? And why? Because the last three videos I did, I was pretty much telling you we were waiting for a big, violent move. And I didn't want to take a chance getting into the market. We didn't know whether that move was going to be to the upside or downside, but we knew there was going to be a very volatile move coming. So we just stayed out in cash. I didn't feel it was necessary to keep on coming on every day and saying the same thing over and over and over. So now the question is that volatile move that we were waiting for, is it over? Is there more downside to come? Well, let's take a look at the charts and discuss it and see what we can make of it, right? All right, so this is Bitcoin on the monthly. Not looking good, but we still have 21 days to go. So we could always, bounce off of here, right? This is the low, and end the month right back above this this Kijun, right? And technically, we'd still be bullish, right? On the monthly, we are still above the cloud. So we are still bullish long term. Short term, we're below the Tankinson, the short term, and we're below the medium term. So it's not looking good on the monthly, right? We could come all the way down to 13,000 and still be bullish on the monthly. So let's zoom in a little bit. Let's look at the weekly. All right, weekly's not looking good. I kept on telling you all through here. I said if we lose this cloud, we're going to be in big trouble. Right? So we lost the cloud 3 weeks ago, and I've been kind of staying out since then. Right? I took a few scalp trades here and there, but for the most part, we've been staying out of it. We are below now the short term, medium term, and long term on the weekly. So again, we're at support right here. Let's turn on my drawings. So Bitcoin right now on the weekly has to hold this right here. We have to hold 28,903. If we fall below that, things could get ugly, right? We can come down to the 22,900 area, and then I'd be looking for somewhere around 19,000. And then, possibly even, where does this go? So the 19,000 area would be off of this high right here from 2017. So I could see that happening still. But let's zoom in a little further, right? Let's look at the 5-day, because the 5-day is where we got our signal originally. Right, we kept on talking about the BBWP, and we said it was down in the low teens, right? And every time we got down here, we had a volatile move when it finally crossed over, right? So we got the crossover back on April 26th, which is on this candle right here. And since then, we've gotten, I believe, an 18% move to the downside, 19% move. All right, now I told you every time we've gotten this signal, prices went 30 to 40, about, let's see. Let's check it out, just for the hell of it, right? So we got the move here. Price moved 29% on that. Right, we got the move here to the upside this time, and this time we got a, technically you could actually keep it all the way up there, but let's 20% move to the upside. This one kind of continued on and then faked us out. Let's look at this one. This one, we got the cross, and then we got a 30% move. So I could see us get another 10% move down based on that. I don't necessarily think it's over yet. We are holding support here. We still have to hold the support at 28,900. If we fall below that, like I said, things are not going to look good. I have nothing saying I should be getting out of a short trade if I was in one. I'm not in one, but you know, things are still, bearish volume still coming in, and it's not looking good on the 5-day. Let's look at the daily. All right, so the daily came over here. Everybody used psychological support, 30,000, saying, okay, we're going to bounce at 30,000. And it moved a good amount yesterday at close, right? And it started taking off in the opposite direction. I was watching it. But even when we get down here, all I'd be expecting is a move back up to 30, 34, 35,000. That's what I'd be looking for. Anytime you're in a downtrend, you're looking for down, reversion to the mean, and then more down, reversion to the mean, and then further down. So I'm not so convinced we're going to turn around here yet. And I told people, I said, if I'm going to take a trade here, it's going to be on the lower time frames. I'm going to look at the hourly, I'm going to look at the 4-hour, I'm going to look at the hour, and I'm going to look for my trades there. And I ended up taking a trade on the hourly today, which we'll talk about shortly. So since we hit the low, we came back up. Looked like we were about to break through the Tankinson short term, and we got rejected off it, and we're still getting rejected from it, and we're just kind of riding it back down. And then if you look at this is your 26 candle, which in the next 6 hours, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, next 6 hours, this is going to start coming down. So on the 4-hour, as long as we are between here and here, this is going to go flat, right? So for the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, next 5 candles, basically, this thing's just going to flatten out. Where's right? So let's use a blue. So this is probably going to flatten out right now, just kind of go sideways. And if we don't break down below this or break above this within the next 6 candles, which is 24 hours, right? 4-hour time frame, 6 candles, 24 hours, then this is going to start coming down, right? It's going to come down lower. And as far as the Tankinson, as long as price is still below the Tankinson, the short term, then the bears are still in control. So, and if we break this, I'd just be looking for a move back up to the Kijinson, which is right now at 32,984. All right, so that's what I'm looking at on the 4-hour. Let's look at the hourly. So the hourly this morning, I put on the forecast lines, right? If this is going to be the low, then we want to see price right up along the forecast lines. And if price breaks below it and ends 26 candles, then we can expect more downside. Now we just got a cross on the last hour, death cross, where the short term moves under the medium term We're still below the cloud on the hourly. We're below the forecast lines. So it's not looking good. And this is where I took a trade this morning at 9 a.m. this morning, right here on this candle. Why would I do that? Well, first of all, this was your low. Then we got a higher low right here. Then we got a higher low right here, right? So each low was getting higher. And then this candle broke above this candle. Right there, right? So I said, okay, continuation signal. And both my indicators were firing, right? The Volatile explosion was above the explosion level. And the RTSI was above the zero line. So I said, okay, I'm taking a trade here, put my trade in, 2 candles later, closed out. Why? Because I put my stop loss right under this high. Because now, if this is your higher lows, then if we break below this, we're no longer in an uptrend, right? And look what happened. We started the downtrend. Now we got a low, a low, and we're still below the short term and the medium term. So I wouldn't put in a trade here. You're at the price is right at the Kijinsen. So anytime price is touching the Kijinsen, it could go either direction because it's saying there's a fight going on between the bulls and the bears on the hourly, saying which way are we taking this? We going back down from here? We going back up from here? Right? Plus all my indicators over here are not giving me anything. So nothing to do on the hourly right now, even if I wanted to trade it. I think we're going to stay in this range right here until we break above that or below that. I think this thing's going to just kind of bounce back and forth. And, even if we touch back down below here and you want to try to, if you think it's going to continue in the range, you can buy it here, try to sell it at the top. Then it comes down, buy it here, sell it back at the top. But I'd put my stop loss right below this thing, man, because if this thing breaks, this thing could come down fast. And we got the CPI meeting tomorrow. All right, the inflation rate's coming out tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. So we could expect a lot more volatility again tomorrow. I'm just staying out of this right now. It's no reason to put in a trade now. I spent the whole day today instead of trading. You guys know I'm working on a course that I'm going to be releasing soon. So that's what I did today. I worked on my course. And if I wasn't doing a course, I'd be working on back testing my indicators. So anytime you're in a market where you just can't trade or, things are just not looking good, then work on something else, right? Educate yourself, work on your indicators, test different indicators, new indicators, see if you could beat your old indicators. But that's what you should be spending your time on right now. And let's see what happens tomorrow, guys. Let's see what happens after they announce the CPI. But I have a feeling it's going to continue on down. All right? So be well, safe trading, and I will talk to you guys soon. Have a good night.